Welcome back to a 55 video. No idea what we'll get done. Got some work problems, so I'm already a little late tonight. But we're going to start with monkeying with this clutch, getting that finalized, getting the plugs read and installed, because those might as well go in. And I think one of the next things we're going to want to do is look at fuel lines and how we want to route those up for the hood. So that's kind of where we're at as we're starting today. Hopefully we get something fun done. Taking a little bit of work, and you can see I had to install a nice seat, but I think we finally have a clutch we're happy with. The brake point is a couple inches off the floor, so this should feel pretty nice. So we've got her all cotter pinned now, and she's ready to go. And we figured out the anti-rattle spring actually goes off of the fork. So, all right, although the 57 doesn't have it anymore. That's long gone. So at this point, we're pretty happy with that. We've got everybody tightened up. I don't know how on earth you'd reach that with fenders installed. Yeah, a real nightmare. It's very precarious because obviously we didn't bolt that crate down. So I got to hold on to something just so I don't go flying. But let's see. So here, this is that giant spring right here, remember? So right there, I'm just fighting that spring, and you can feel it kind of hitting the throwout bearing against the fingers. And then right here, it breaks. So right here, right there, the pressure plate is compressed and the clutch disc is floating, and it should grab right in here. So that's gonna feel pretty good. Turns out that's almost impossible to do with your hands. You gotta use your foot. But we're pretty happy with that. Something we hadn't planned on. Number 4, spark plug. That's really hard to get in. It's just a little long because of the full engagement threads. So it looks like we have to actually half pull the header back off to get number 4 in. So that's gonna suck for maintenance. All right, here's where we're at. We're fighting a couple things. We kind of backed ourselves into a corner though. We're starting to look at the throttle pedal, and one of the problems we have is all that metal where it would normally mount, kind of gone. When they smoothed all that out and clearanced it real nice here, you know, it's real nice for working on things, but we lost our mounting points for the throttle, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Plus we're still working out how all the linkage is going to go, and whoa, that's going to be kind of a sharp turn on that. So we gotta think this through. This cute little thing suddenly isn't as cute as we thought it was. So we're working on that, and then he still really wants his nitrous plate, even if it's probably going to be very restricted. Not going to be able to add a whole lot more. We're kind of at our fuel pump, so it may be more of a decoration. We'll see. Just starting to kind of work some of this out, and that throttle pedal, definitely not our friend. These wires, some of them are really not going to be fun. And remember, these aren't the real valve covers. These are just for while we're monkeying. But once again, that number 4, that's tight. But at least I didn't have to pull the header to put the wire on. I did have to pull the header to put the spark plug in though, and I wasn't real happy about that. And as much as I like all this space, losing that welded point, that really got us. In fact, here, let me grab a light and I'll show you what that normally would look like. Conveniently, we have a spare car, so I'm gonna get a light on. If we come in here, okay, follow that throttle right here. As you follow that down, oh, maybe you can follow it down. I can see it. But down there, that comes through the floor, and it's bolted from the firewall side with 2 bolts back there. Wow, we're not going to be able to do that. So we're probably going to have to come up with some kind of universal pedal and figure out how we want to mount that in roughly a nice comfortable location. So there's a pretty good chance that this particular pedal isn't going to work out for us. We may have to go to one that's more of a universal mount, so at least we can mounted off the floor down there. So I will research some of our options, because on the upside you can see we've got tons and tons of room down there. That's not an issue. Yeah, so just always these little details, and of course we have to make those hoses. We've got to make these hoses that come down, which is why we wanted everything mounted to get our hose height. On the upside you can see when he gets his little air cleaner assembly sticking out the hood, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm just really worried that this just might be more sticking out of the hood than we wanted. I'm really hoping that the hole is only around the throttle bodies, but it may wind up being a big rectangle. We'll see what we can do here. You know, it looks cool, and you know, realistically with our fuel pump, 50 shot is about it, and that's an if. But you know, you can always change fuel pumps in the future. So you know how people are, they're never happy with the power. They always want a little bit more. So that's what we're futzing on right now. And with that, that's about all we can figure out now. We got a big list of things we got to learn. One of the things we still got to deal with is how we want to do the crankcase breathers on this. So we got to decide something. We don't want it sucking oil, but you'll see we did set her up for PCV, so she'll always be sucking the chamber when we're done. But until we get to that point, we got to figure out, I'm thinking we're going to wind up pulling like a catch can kind of situation. Just not sure yet. We'll get that sorted though. I just don't know that we want to go straight off of a PCV in. I think we're gonna draw through a breather and maybe a catch can oil separator. You know, not sure we want to be drawing any oil into the supercharger. So another thing to learn. There's always about 50 more things we don't know on this project. So thanks for watching. This has been a ShopRex approved video. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.